Hello and welcome to my very first 2025 PlayStation State of Play, and I am so excited to finally talk about this again after a while. And once again, I do not have a PlayStation 5, but that's totally fine because, unfortunately, Sony is on their way to making the PlayStation 6 far into the future, and currently, they don't know what the hell they're doing with the current console because, for whatever reason, some of their titles can't play 60 frames per second without having to downgrade unless you want to choose different options. I'm looking at you, Grand Theft Auto 6, but that's another story. But don't fret, that's not going to stop me from what I'm doing. I don't know what to expect for this State of Play presentation, although I am very curious because there's a lot of new content along the way that has yet to be revealed, or has been revealed. I wonder if we're going to see more of Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, or as we should be saying, Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. I don't understand why in the hell Konami decided to put the Delta at the end. And then of course, Resident Evil. Capcom hasn't said anything about Resident Evil in a while, except for that last presentation they did. But yep, here we go. Okay, once again, it's Monster Hunter Wilds. What more can they say about this game that hasn't already been said? I could just be talking through this whole thing and it wouldn't make a damn difference because I've already seen more than enough content from this. I've seen so many advertisements for Monster Hunter Wilds that at this point, all that matters is that I wait for a sale because I'm not paying up to $112 or so for the complete edition. And it's very obvious that they're going to be releasing more DLC in the future, possibly more expansions, and it's like, what the hell is the point? Why in the hell would I want to waste all that money on an incomplete version of a game? I'm not saying that it probably won't be filled to the brim with content, but I feel that it's very unfair for people that have wanted to play this particular game after so long to feel like they're getting ripped off by spending way too much money and potentially not having a lot of content that they should be having on launch. Again, I'm not saying they're not going to have anything in there that probably might last for a while, but you'd think after the release of Dragon's Dogma 2 and everything else that they'd be a little more careful on how much money they're demanding people to pay, and also, especially for PC players, being careful about how it's optimized. Because I tried to play the beta for this, and it ran like shit. I couldn't get through it because it kept fucking crashing. It ran slow, even on the lowest settings. The lowest settings ran up to 15 frames per second. It's as bad as Yandere Simulator. I guess, you know, whatever happens in the future will depend on whether or not Capcom listens to the audiences. What the hell's happening here? New animal? Oh, first free title update. See, this is what I was talking about. If they're going to be releasing content, I feel like it should be free and not forcing people to pay. So no, I'm not going to pre-order this. Even if I had a PS5, I wouldn't pre-order it. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Put it in the goddamn game. Let people get it on launch. I don't want to fucking pre-order it, especially having exclusive content that can only be got once. Ah, Sega. Let me guess. It's Sonic. No? Oh, wait a minute. Shinobi. Holy shit. Wait a minute. What kind of style is this? So they're going for this format. I thought it would be in 3D. I thought maybe that Sega would have a 3D Shinobi game made in modern times. That would have been very nice. And I'm not saying that this style is completely useless, but I just feel like they're wasting some potential here. It would have been really nice if they had just went through this and had it in 3D and gave the new fans a newer presentation of the Shinobi games. At least one, you know? At most, one. I wonder if it's going to be like a rogue game. I wonder if they're going to emphasize the rogue format by forcing the players to constantly restart over and over and making everything extremely difficult on purpose to the point where they want to fucking stop playing. I hate that format. Wow. I never thought I'd see Shinobi again, but I guess Sega saw Capcom doing what they did with their game and like, okay, let's do that shit. And after all, we had our game. What's next? Wait a minute, is this, no, it's not Rocket League. All right, the Sonic racing game. I'm still surprised they're doing this. They really don't have to make any more racing games. They've been doing this for years. And I feel like this format is so overplayed. Sonic racing games have been improved over time, but what more could they do to innovate this? You can compare this to Mario Kart and it would be the same thing. I'm not saying that they're plagiarizing each other, but I am saying that in the style, you can tell that one or the other is probably going to be compared and seemingly better. But I feel like after the other racing games that were released that you can only get on Steam and stuff unless you still own an Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 because the other ones haven't been remastered. You can see what things they're taking liberties to reintroduce into this title and maybe what they've done better in other ones. Like, I'm not that excited about this, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't have fun with it. I just feel like they don't have to make this game. They don't have to release this. Most importantly, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. They could just release this as a free-to-play game. But okay, sign up for the closed network test? Jesus Christ, come on. Alright, what's this? Wait, is this more Sonic? No, it's Bandai Namco. Okay. What would this game be? Is this a new game? What could this be?
Known as Digimon.
What? So they're finally bringing Digimon back? You mean after all this time, after all these years, they're finally bringing back Digimon? Well, since we're on this topic, I'm gonna say something very controversial. Digimon is subjectively, and I say subjectively, as entertaining as Pokemon. But when I say that, I don't necessarily mean how Pokemon is now. I meant like how Pokemon was back in the day. Early Pokemon. Digimon and Pokemon are easily compared, and I understand why. But, you know, I just feel like there's a lot more that you should be doing with Digimon than just a video game. Well then, this should be interesting.
I keep having the same dream.
There's so many characters that have these dreams.
Where monsters invade our world.
Okay, got some foreshadowing.
And when it seems they might vanquish the invaders, the dream ends.
Yeah, that's telling you to be prepared. Oh, hello.
My only hope lies with you.
Who could that be?
We will travel across worlds, linked through dimensions together.
Okay, I'm thinking of two things here. Devil May Cry and Scalebound. Now, I don't know whether or not this is Scalebound, which would be interesting for an entire renditioning of the whole thing. In any case, it's not Scalebound. This is similar. It looks so much like Devil May Cry. Lost Souls aside. Okay. Look, I'm not saying that it's plagiarizing Devil May Cry, but I know there's going to be comparisons. Or at least I'm the one that's making the comparisons to this and Scalebound.
I'm Sean Benson.
Welcome back again.
From partners around the world, starting with news from the Like a Dragon series. First up, a playable demo of Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii arrives on PS5 this Friday.
Oh, not PC?
Players could try out 2 battle styles, including Goro Majiba's new Sidon style, as well as engage in naval battles at the Pirates Coliseum.
Wonderful. Too bad I don't have a PS5 to play it.
Sega and Mint Rocket joined forces in Ichiban's Holiday, a new crossover DLC coming to Dave the Diver.
Really? Interesting choice.
And other Like a Dragon characters team up to thwart a gang of troublemakers in classic beat-em-up style, all while perfecting new recipes at Bancho Sushi.
That could have been its own separate game to play for free.
Arrives this April on PS5 and PS4.
Wonderful.
The Splitgate 2 alpha begins February 27th on PS5.
Wonderful.
Use portals and futuristic physics to dominate the arena, and play a new 24-player mode where 3 teams compete on a massive map.
Is this ever going to be released on PC as a beta?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I know.
I'm here to give you an exclusive first look in the future of the WWE 2K franchise.
Yeah, we'll see if it's better.
Introducing
The Island.
With The Island, players enter an online environment filled with WWE-themed landmarks, quests, live events, and shops with up to 50 other players at a
So it's PlayStation Home, but WWE. Okay.
customization, giving players the chance to personalize their My Superstars like never before.
Could we make them walk around naked? If not, then it's not Saints Row.
First of its kind for the franchise, The Island is not just an addition, it's a bold step toward the future.
Okay, and what if 2K shuts it down?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Island.
It seems like a nice concept, but what if the servers shut down? What would it mean if 2K shuts it down? It becomes fucking useless. Are you kidding? Seriously, that's all they showed for that game? Jesus. Alright, now on to Borderlands 4. Let's see how this turns out.
Sup? I'm Randy from Gearbox.
Whatever.
I'm Randy from Gearbox, and you know why we're here. We're here for you. Are you ready? It's 2025, and every day we are getting closer to the launch of Borderlands 4. Let's go!
Yeah, this is all you guys got, though, unfortunately. Borderlands is the only series at the moment that you guys have to achieve the same level of attention for the company. And I think that it's a bit unfair that Borderlands 4 fucking exists, but we don't have another Duke Nukem game. I think it would be nice if we had another Duke Nukem game, because Duke Nukem only had one entry in a long time called Duke Nukem Forever that has not been talked about in a long time. I mean, holy shit. I could go on. And speaking of which, I think that Borderlands needs to stop someday, because there doesn't need to be all these spin-offs. We don't need more Tiny Tina and all these other extra characters and other shit rehashing the same concept. It's okay to end the story. It's okay. It just feels like it's being totally rehashed. But we'll see what happens.
So badass! So much fun! I want more!
I don't fucking know much else about this.
To break free for its special state of play this spring, exclusively on Borderlands 4. We're diving deep, you guys. Join us. Borderlands 4, state of play for combat, vault hunters, action skills, exploration and discovery, everything.
Even the story?
All on PlayStation 5. But Randy, do you have anything else for us? I think I do.
There better not be a sequel to the movie.
Who wants a launch date for Borderlands 4? Just Randy. Well, Borderlands 4 launches worldwide for everyone on September 23rd, 2025.
Bold move. I need to know more about the story. Alright, I need to say something once more. I have no problem with the person who is behind these games. I completely understand the direction that he's going. But do not tell me that it has not been very difficult for people to play these without having to go through hell to find somebody to play it with them. I have not been able to play any of his games because it requires someone to play it with the exact same goddamn copy. I do not understand why in the fuck he does not have an offline and CPU mode because single player is so important. It would not make any sense to make another co-op game where you don't allow the players to enjoy a single player experience with the CPU by their side because not everyone has the same game. Not everyone has the same interest. Not everyone has the same resources to get involved in this. And I can say that because console players obviously have to pay extra. You know who you are, PlayStation and Xbox. And then on PC, it's a different story, but you still have to have a copy of this shit. It's a great concept, but goddammit, it needs a CPU mode. Alright, here we go. What's next? Wait, isn't this the advertisement for that other game that was announced some time ago about somebody who was involved? Yep, that's it.
Status report.
Yeah, tell us more this time.
Looks like it penetrated through there. We need to inspect the hull damage first.
Well, shit. It looks awful.
What is that?
It looks like something fucking tore through it, like a monster.
My body's going one way and my mind's going another.
I wonder how much of this is taking notes from Alien.
This ship is infected with an alien organism.
I was joking, damn it. All right, let me add on to that. I wonder how much it's taking from Alien and Dead Space. Oh, even more so Event Horizon. Dare I say, what if it takes notes from Cloverfield Paradox also? And by the way, Cloverfield Paradox is a piece of shit. Nice concept, but it's definitely not the third installment. We need a better one. Well, that's an awful way to die. Interesting concept, but I'm probably the only person that's noticed the comparisons and wanted to know how much it's taking notes from, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, what's this next game? Alright.
Let me explain the situation.
God damn it, it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse.
I still have yet to play any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. I'm familiar with them. The only one that I have in my library is Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
It's a kind of prototype endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slim but non-zero chance that you could sustain significant injuries while attempting to retrieve it, including but not limited to death or dismemberment. We fully expect the retrieval process to go smoothly and without incident, but just in case, we suggest you get your affairs in order before arriving.
It would make more sense if somebody went in there with weapons so they could defend themselves against these goddamn animatronics, because obviously there's something going on here. I don't understand why every goddamn time there's a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's story, there's people that go in completely unprepared. I know that there's separate entries too, by the way. I'm just saying.
Greetings from Moonhood.
We're the creators of the Midnight Walk.
Cozy horror game created entirely in clay, where you will journey down a nightmarish highway riddled with terrors that want to devour you and your little lantern creature.
Sounds awful.
Together with your little friend, you must outsmart these terrors and bring back fire to this mad world we've handcrafted for you.
So please enjoy this short gameplay preview.
Thank you. See, this stuff here is very creative. Very creative. I like the style.
Fire? I'd almost forgotten how it felt.
Well, it burns.
Take of this little firecracker. I reckon you must be headed for Moon Mountain. Am I right?
It's like playing a Tim Burton video game. Could you imagine that, you know? Tim Burton just getting into video game development and releases a video game that's similar to this.
Close your eyes to make things clear.
Yeah, it does seem like they've taken notes from Tim Burton's content, but I'm not entirely saying they did. Yeah, the first time I heard about this game, I was impressed, and I still am. We'll see how it turns out if I play it someday.
Special thanks to Klaus and Olav for that updated look at the Midnight Walk. Up next, a quirky new adventure from Konami.
What? Did I just hear the word quirky and Konami in the same sentence? Excuse me?
In Darwin's Paradox, you play as Darwin, a clever octopus who finds himself dumped near a highly suspicious food processing center.
Yeah.
Use Darwin's natural camouflage and inking skills to escape the facility and save the world.
Alright, this octopus wouldn't survive overseas. I'm just saying.
We're excited to reveal a brand new title from Koei Tecmo Games and Omega Force, Warriors Abyss, a roguelite spin on the Warriors branches.
I don't like rogue games, but I'm up for the challenge if it's manageable.
Descend into hell, call on powerful allies, and experiment with tons of playstyle combinations to send the enemy hordes flying.
That's a lot of goddamn playstyles, but we'll see who actually manages to do all of them.
A roguelite hell awaits when Warriors Abyss launches on PS5 and PS4 later today.
Interesting timing.
For whom are you working? I won't forgive you. Prepare yourself!
A PS2-era classic returns with Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny.
I'm surprised. I didn't expect this.
Capcom is enhancing the original game with HD graphics and a host of quality-of-life features, including fine-tuned analog controls.
Good to know.
Immerse yourself in Jubei's hard-boiled journey and fight through a world of turmoil alongside trusty allies.
I wonder if they're gonna do Demon Siege.
Samurai Destiny comes to PS4 on May 23rd and will be available for pre-order later today.
Good to know. Demon Siege should be next.
Looking to 2026, let's check out a new trailer for Capcom's latest entry in the series.
Right.
Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Alright, I hope that this next Onimusha game actually emphasizes its violence, not just showing blood splattering, like actually show the gore. Okay, I understand that Japan is not as free with the whole thing, but still, I'm just saying. I hate how they've downgraded the violence over the years. But anyway, I don't have most of these games in my library, unfortunately, but I'm glad they're being remastered, but hopefully I'll be able to do a marathon of this someday. Maybe not this specific entry, but the other games before I get into this one. But what I'm really concerned about is where the story is going, because after all these years, you gotta wonder what direction it's gonna take after you've been following the main protagonist and that kind of thing, and whether or not this is gonna be a prequel or a sequel or somewhere in between or that kind of shit. And also, in addition to that, with the innovation, because again, you're introducing this to modern audiences and people are gonna be making comparisons to other games that may play similarly. There's been plenty of games involving swords and lost dead souls and that kind of thing. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to see. That's what I was saying. We need to see more violence like that so it doesn't look silly. It needs to make you really feel like as if you're wielding a sword and slicing through shit. Metal Gear Revengeance did this amazingly. I really hope that this is a complete game and you don't have to worry about having to pre-order to get bonus shit or just in general spending too much money. Alright, 2026 is going to be an interesting year for this franchise. Here we go, Metal Gear Solid 3.
Colonel, tighten the security on this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it.
Of course.
Destroy the Shagohod and get its hands on your inheritance, the Philosopher's legacy. Then they're out to kill me as well.
No shit.
What's the story between you and the boss?
She was like a mother.
Yeah, she's your fucking mentor. Oh, so good to see Metal Gear again. And I'm not finished with Metal Gear. I still want to marathon the games. And also, I wonder how much they've actually added and changed in this version, even though they're trying to pass it off as if it's fulfilled. And yes, I did know about this before they even mentioned it. Snake versus Monkey means that they're bringing back Ape Escape. Maybe. And no, unfortunately, I can't pre-order this, although it would be nice to have it. But I'll probably have it on PC mostly, because obviously I don't have a console for it. Alright, what's this? Is this Battlefield? Is this Battlefield? What's this? Right, I remember seeing this, but I didn't know more about it until now. The person that made this game saw a lot of Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding. I remember this, but I'll wait for this one. I don't know if it's gonna cost too much, but we'll see. I'm definitely just gonna have to wait until it goes on sale. Who knows if I'll ever play it. Okay, what's this? Wait a minute, I recognize you. I only played the demo for this game. Is this a sequel? This has to be a sequel. Still a puppet. Okay. Oh, they're really going all out here with the characters here. I wonder what Liza P is going to be named this time. I surprisingly managed to get through the first boss in the first Liza P. Base game. Wait, huh? Wait a minute. Is this DLC? What's this? Alright, all I'm hearing right now are distorted voices, a little inaudible, but what direction is this going? Wait, is this baby steps? This must be the introduction to baby steps before all this crazy shit happens. But if I'm wrong, this still looks interesting. No creation without destruction, because destruction is by no means an end, but a beginning of something beyond. Well, whatever the hell it is, I'm interested to figure out whatever it is. Dreams of another. Okay, I'm very intrigued by this concept. Alright then, I swear, I thought it was baby steps. I thought by the music and the slow movement that it was that. But I'm intrigued. Well, hopefully it's released on PC, because that'd be very nice.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani, and I'm excited to share even more PlayStation news in today's show.
What are they? Days Gone Remastered? The fuck?
The definitive version of Ben Studios' post-apocalyptic, open-world epic comes to PS5 with VRR support and PS5 Pro support.
Oh, okay. Well, is this also going to be on PC?
It also includes added content like permadeath and speedrun modes, an enhanced photo mode, new accessibility features, and Horde Assault.
Holy shit, this should have already been in the original version of the game.
That will provide a fresh way to experience Days Gone.
It should have already been in the original version.
You can upgrade to a digital version of Days Gone Remastered and get all the content.
Why the fuck do you need to pay $10 every damn time? Jesus fuck, just let us have it for free.
New DLC is coming to Stellar Blade this June. The sci-fi action game is partnering with Goddess of Victory Nike.
Oh.
Collectible dolls and stickers, plus a new outfit.
Well, I'm excited for the PC port, because then there's gonna be even more outfits, or none at all.
Both the DLC and the PC version of Stellar Blade launch this June.
I'll wait for the PC port. I'm excited.
Got some great PlayStation Plus updates today, starting with game catalog titles arriving on February 18th.
I don't use PlayStation Plus, sorry.
Top Spin 2K25, and launching in a game catalog, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, from the creators of Life is Strange.
Oh. Right. This was an interesting concept for a moment, but
Players will join 4 high school girls living through the defining summer of their lives. What begins as a tale of friendship will eventually blend reality, dreams, and the unknown into a dual timeline narrative. The first episode of Lost Records Bloom and Rage arrives February.
Fuck that. I want all of the tapes.
We're also excited to confirm 2 unique indie titles that will launch into game catalog later this year.
And what would those be?
A genre-bending architectural adventure.
Well, it seems very architectural.
Every door is a new decision as you build out a sprawling manor with 45 shifting rooms.
What?
Strategy, puzzles, and exploration.
Sounds like a fucking trap. Wouldn't want to be lost in there.
Blueprints launches day 1 into game catalog this spring. Abiotic Factor is a 6-player survival crafting game from Playstack and Deep Field Games.
I thought it was Half-Life.
You and a team of scientists must craft ingenious gear and traps to outwit your enemies and make this bizarre underground complex your new home. Abiotic Factor will be available in game catalog when it launches this summer.
Alrighty then.
Now let's get a sneak peek at games coming to the PlayStation Plus Classics catalog.
What would those be?
Coming soon are the first 3 Armored Core titles from the original PlayStation.
Oh.
Armored Core Project Phantasma and Armored Core Master of Arena.
Bold choices.
Patapon 3 slides its way into the Classics catalog next week.
That's it? Alright then, what's this?
How that world came into being. It devoured everything from the past. Only I was left.
Another character wielding a sword and getting superpowers. What could this be?
It was a fatal mistake.
But you're the chosen one, so...
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it. As long as it is reforged.
My wish can be fulfilled.
Oh no, it's chaos.
Wishes come at a price.
To pursue one's wishes is to court one's doom.
Seems like what you need are answers. Well, it seems like I'm seeing another similar game. Hack and slash. Possibly a rogue. Possibly like Demon Souls and whatever else. Always having characters that are bigger than them, stronger than them, and so on. Flashy images. Crazy shit happening everywhere. What's this story about, though? I'm impressed by the visuals and stuff, but what's the story about? I want to know more about the story than just what's happening on screen. Oh boy, well, that was a bit thrilling. The hell is this? Well, this obviously isn't a Terminator game.
How do you feel? Is something bothering you?
Some noise in my core.
So you're controlling a robot? Is that it? You're controlling an android who's destroying other androids?
In the depths of Vulcan, you must retrieve the architect's core.
Well, that shouldn't be difficult unless you're going through hordes of enemies.
Everything they have to stop us.
You know I would never want to see you hurt.
I'm going to assume that the main person that's speaking to her is a villain.
I remember you.
Run away.
Metal Eden. Okay, I guess I'll just get it on PC. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, my memory's still a bit blurry.
What's this?
Remember this. DS, showtime! I have these gaps inside my head. Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it. That's just leftover hardware.
Leftover hardware? Are you even human?
What the hell is happening? All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story. Wait for me! I'll cover you! All this time you just wanted answers about the tech in your head? Are you kidding me? This thing has ruined my life.
You have no idea who you're dealing with. And what you did, we should have left you in the desert.
This is not the first time we've had a fatal error with your tech.
People are definitely going to be comparing this to Cyberpunk. Understandably so.
I know what I have to do. This is the only way.
Well, I guess I'll check that out in the future.
Hello, I'm Leslie Benzies, director of Mind's Eye, Builder Rocket Boy's new action adventure set in the fictional city of Red Rock, where AI and human greed collide to bring Earth to the precipice of collapse, all captured on PlayStation 5 Pro. We're now proud to share some gameplay footage with the explosive combat, high-octane driving that you can expect on PlayStation 5 later this year.
It's unfortunate that they're not doing the footage on PC because why in the fuck not? But seeing that it's on PlayStation 5 Pro, which also is questionable because let's face it, certain games are not going to be playing beautifully in 60 frames per second, as I said earlier. I'm looking at you, Grand Theft Auto 6, unless something changes. And it's like, as beautiful as this looks, I just think that it would be more fair if they would do a lot more to get people interested into the console without just using something as a gimmick, you know? But anyway, this game so far does look like it could be very challenging and fun. But again, want to see how it all plays off with the story. Alright, what's next? All right, PlayStation Studios. What game could it be? Not actual gameplay. Fuck off. Cinematic. Okay. But still, who is this man? Why is this man lying on the ground in the sand like Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception?
This world, this moment, this choice.
All right. What happened? Okay, what in the fucking dune is going on here?
The sun dies. Madness reigns.
Seems like some shit that would happen in Doom.
I always come back stronger.
Ah, so it's you die, you get resurrected, and then you get stronger again. Interesting visuals. Well, this must be a new property that they're introducing. Obviously, the PlayStation Studios logo wouldn't be on there unless they had something in mind. All right, we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, we'll see if PlayStation will come back stronger with the new console. Maybe the PlayStation 5 Slim or some shit.
Hey everyone, I'm Gregory Loudon, Creative Director at Housemarque. We are thrilled to announce that our latest game, Saros, is launching next year on PS5 and enhanced for PS5 Pro.
What about PC?
Is the ultimate evolution of the Housemarque gameplay first experience. It's a new single-player IP that builds on Returnal's award-winning third-person action.
Really?
Arjun Devraj, performed by the brilliant Rahul Kohli. Arjun is a powerful enforcer searching for answers on a hostile, shape-shifting planet haunted by an ominous eclipse.
We're gonna need a fuckload of answers for that.
Wait to share more about Saros, with our first look at gameplay coming later this year.
Later this year? You could upload it now. But okay, we still need a PC port. Is that it? Is that seriously everything? Is that the whole presentation? Nothing about Resident Evil, but we got more about Metal Gear Solid, although for the most part it was being advertised that way. Well then, I guess that's that. Alrighty then. Well, I guess I'll just share my final thoughts since this is over. Alright, I gotta be upfront and honest. I think that the presentation wasn't that exciting. I don't think that there was a lot going on that caught my interest. I'm not saying that everything was bad, but I am saying that there are certain things that I feel like could have been expanded more. There are certain games that I did think should have been given more time to explain their stories. It's the state of play. You would expect them to get even deeper into some of the other stuff that they've been talking about over the course of time. Maybe introducing some things that should have been talked about sooner. As controversial as it is, I feel like Sony is in a direction where they're going to have to emphasize how important their platform is. They're going to need to do something very significant to their console so it doesn't feel like they're passing off gimmicks. They need to assure that their games are more worthwhile, as weird as that sounds. Because if you compare the PlayStation 5 launch to the PlayStation 4 launch and the PlayStation 3 launch, and even more so the PlayStation 2 launch, there's a lot of games that you can count that have been released for the other generations before this one. Most people have agreed equally that the PlayStation 5 launch, with all the games that they've had being released, aren't as impressive in terms of how many have been released all at once and that kind of thing. So if anything, I feel that 2025 should be the year that they decide to expand their horizons and try to be more innovative, try to look back on their mistakes and resolve all of their past issues so that way they don't continue repeating those mistakes in the future. Now, like, I could get into a whole conversation about Sony, but I feel like based on some of the announcements that I've seen today, some of these feel like stuff I've already seen before, or things should have been given more time, maybe here or elsewhere in another way. And I'm actually disappointed that we didn't see any more information from Capcom about Resident Evil. I'm not the only one that feels that way, but holy shit. I'm glad Onimusha has gotten some time on here, but no Resident Evil? Nothing about Resident Evil 9, since apparently that's been announced and it's coming in the future. And Grand Theft Auto? We don't have nothing about Grand Theft Auto? Nothing from Rockstar Games about Grand Theft Auto 6? I could go on, but as it stands, I don't have the PS5 console, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. But if they ever do decide to release another video game console, possibly the PlayStation 5 Slim or some other shit, because they're already talking about that they want to release a PlayStation 6 far into the future, which I think is very fucking weird because you've already got something going on right now. I do believe that it needs to actually prove itself to be more worthwhile than the other. I don't believe in spending up to a goddamn $600, $900, or $1,000 all on this fucking equipment just to feel underwhelmed. But that's another topic. Anyway, if this is your first time watching this, whether or not you've seen it live, or perhaps as it is in its raw format before it gets fancily edited, thank you very much. I do plan to do more of these in the future, hopefully more of these in the future, especially gaming marathons, because there's a fuckload of games that I do hope to do. But until that happens, if that ever happens, and when that happens, this was the Venturous Gamer, and I hope you've enjoyed your Venturous experience. If you're listening to this, I still don't have a goddamn PS5.